So you've got some gnarly, stubborn stains on your asphalt driveway and you're about to seal coat it? Well, you're in the right place. Today, we're diving deep into how to get rid of those stains for good, because getting this first step right is everything.
And let's just jump right in with a perfect real-world question from a DIYer named Vicky. She says her asphalt is a mess. Paint, Bondo, fiberglass, caulk, you name it. And she's asking the one question that's probably on your mind too. Can I just attack this with a power tool?
And that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Because making the wrong call here, well, it can turn a simple stain into a costly, permanent gouge in your driveway. A much, much bigger problem. So what's the right move?
Here's our game plan. We're going to cover why this prep work is so incredibly important. We'll answer that big wire brush question. Then I'll give you a playbook for removing specific stains. We'll talk about when to clean versus when to patch. And finally, a checklist for the home stretch.
Okay, first things first. Before we get into the how, let's spend just a minute on the why. Because trust me, understanding the stakes here is what will motivate you to do this right.
The easiest way to think about seal coating is this. It's literally sunscreen for your driveway. It does a fantastic job protecting it from the sun, from water, from oil, but, and this is a huge but, it can only stick to a clean, properly prepped surface.
And the difference is, well, it's night and day. You do the prep work, you get a beautiful, smooth finish that protects your investment for years. You skip it, you're going to get peeling, cracking, bubbling, a total failure in just a few months that wastes all your time and money.
And look at this number, 30 years. That's what you can get out of a well-maintained driveway. A few hours of cleaning now for decades of lifespan later, that is an incredible return on your effort.
All right, let's get back to Vicky's big question about that power wire brush. Is this a genius shortcut or a recipe for total disaster?
Okay, here's the deal. It all comes down to risk. Using a manual wire brush by hand, yeah, that's pretty low risk. It's generally safe for tough spots. But bringing a power tool into the mix, the risk level shoots way up. It's so easy to gouge, scar, and permanently damage the texture of your asphalt.
Now, if you're feeling brave and you absolutely insist on trying it, you have to follow these rules, no exceptions. Use a softer, crimped brass brush, not some aggressive knotted steel one. Keep the tool moving constantly with the lightest pressure possible. And for goodness sake, test it on a hidden spot first. If you see any damage at all, stop immediately.
And here's the honest truth, right from the pros. Using a power wire brush should be your absolute last-ditch effort right before you give up and decide to just patch the area. The risk of making things worse is almost always higher than the chance of making things better.
So if brute force is out, what's the answer? Well, it's time to open up the stain removal playbook. This is where we work smarter, not harder, using a little bit of chemistry.
And here it is, your official cheat sheet. You just match the stain to its weakness. For paint, a biodegradable stripper or paste made from TSP is going to be your best friend. For nasty stuff like Bondo or fiberglass, you need a heavy hitter solvent like acetone. Silicone caulk, that hates mineral spirits. It really is about using the right tool for the job.
Now, this might be the most valuable tip I can give you, and it can save you a ton of frustration. You need to know when to stop scrubbing. Sometimes the best solution isn't more cleaning. It's a totally different strategy.
So when is it time to give up and just patch it? Well, here's a quick checklist. If the stain is huge, if you've already tried a couple of cleaners with no luck, or if the asphalt itself is already pitted and damaged, patching is probably the way to go. Just think about it. If the alternative is buying 3 different expensive chemicals and spending hours on your knees scrubbing, a simple patch kit is almost always going to be faster and cheaper.
Okay, the stains are gone, the surface is clean, the hard work is done. But hang on, don't break out the sealer just yet. We're on the final lap, and these last few steps are absolutely key to getting that perfect professional look.
Please, do not skip these last 3 steps. First, do one last walk around. Look for any little spots you missed or any residue from the cleaners. Then, and this is huge, wait a full 48 hours. Let everything dry out completely. And finally, right before you seal, give the whole thing one last sweep or blow to get rid of any dust.
I have to say it again because it is that important. This 48-hour wait is absolutely critical. Asphalt is like a sponge, and it holds on to water. If you seal it too soon, that trapped moisture turns to vapor and will literally push your new seal coat right off the surface, causing all those bubbles and peels. Patience here is what separates a pro job from an amateur one. So let's end with this thought. The next time you see a stain on your driveway, don't look at it as a problem. Look at it as the first step, as an opportunity. Because by cleaning it the right way, you're not just removing a stain. You're preparing the canvas for a perfect finish that's going to look fantastic and protect your driveway for years to come.